So, may we say that in a way the coronavirus crisis is a good parable for globalization?
Yes, in many ways, whether you say it's good or bad, but it illustrates the dangers and the complexities of globalization. We typically think about the good things that go across borders, trade, capital. But the coronavirus illustrates something that we knew before in the context of climate change. When the CO2 molecules move from one country to another, they don't carry a passport or a visa. If U.S. generates fossil fuel emissions, generates carbon emissions, those molecules go all over the atmosphere and have effects global, destroying the global climate, threatening climate change. And the viruses are the same way. They don't carry visas, they don't carry passports, and they go from one country to another. And once we have a good global system on climate change, a global system on public health, what happens in one country is going to have a very big effect, and in this case, a very adverse effect on other countries.
It's early to tell, but what is your forecast about the consequences on the world economy?
I think there's a very high probability that this will have a very serious effect. There will be supply side effects. We've become a very integrated global economy. Many parts come from one country, move to another. China is a very important player. Data about shipping suggests that shipping has gone way down, pretending the possibility of shortages of various parts. So supply side interruptions could have very big effects. But there will also be demand side effects. And demand side effects particularly hard for small businesses. People don't go out to restaurants. The restaurants will suffer. And, one could expect to see real struggles on the part of many of these very small businesses.
Very last question. Trump didn't make it easier because it slashed the budget for the CDC.
That's right. America is likely to face particularly serious problems. We were not well prepared because of the slashing of the budgets of the CDC. He was almost prescient in identifying what things to cut, being the absolute worst things, so the things he should not have cut. Among the things he cut were the research on viruses going from animals to man, the very source of the problem, the coronavirus. So it really shows the dangers of having political leaders who have no knowledge of science or are actually anti-science. We live in an economy, a society that's based on science, and to have somebody at the top who is who's anti-science, is terribly dangerous for our economy and for the world. The United States has an additional problem, and that's because we don't have a good public health system. We don't have other countries' guaranteed right of access to health care. It's not true in the United States. The United States doesn't, as part of basic job rights, people don't have sick leave, and that means restaurant workers who get sick may show up to work because they know if they don't work, they don't have any source of income, and that may exacerbate the spreading of the disease. Those are just a few of the examples of why the kind of agenda that Trump has been pushing, more people without insurance, more than 2 million than when he began the presidency, mean that a weaker social safety net, mean that the risk of more extensive contagion in the United States is really very worrisome.